On this video, we're going to look at how we can customize the roof once the perimeter of the walls has been complete. Let's go ahead and start by opening up this demo here, and then we're going to be working with this demo. Once your roof is complete, it's going to look like this. Let's go ahead and open up the default roof settings and look at the different values. One of the things you should know, you can show labels on the plan or hide them. So if you hit no, you'll see all the labels have been hidden. We can play around here on our 3D viewer. These 6 buttons up here, you can select which side you want to look at. Front, right, back, top. Next, you can select this 2D button, and now if you try dragging, you're now in 2D, so your camera won't be rotating anymore. And you can zoom in using 2 fingers. You can double tap the screen to reset. Double tap and then that resets. If we want to go back into 3D mode, hit that 3D button there. And now when we try to drag, you'll see we're working in 3D now. Press this blue button here if you want to go into a full screen. You can select different roof sides by doing so. You'll see when we select a roof side, it highlights it blue and it shows all of the labels. Select this roof side here, and you'll see all of the roof labels are there. Double tap the screen to get back to the top view, and let's have a look at the default roof settings. So if I scroll back up here, these are all of the default roof settings. So you see right now we have a roof pitch of 6. So if I hit a roof pitch of 12, hit done. If we go back into our 3D mode, you'll see all of our roof angles have been updated to have a 12-12 roof angle. Same with the overhang. The overhang is the fascia overhang, as you can see here. Just gonna go ahead and close out of that. I currently have a 1 foot overhang. Let's try setting that to 2 feet. Hit done. Actually 2 feet will actually not work for this roof. I can show you there. We can go 6 inches. 2 feet didn't work on that earlier because these fascias crossed, and that breaks the program for this roof. If ever the roof isn't corresponding and it doesn't seem to be working well, you can always hit this reset roof button here. And now if you try that, and that kind of resets the roof to the default values. If I scroll back to the top, we can look at the rafter height above plate. So if you guys have a look here, this is what the rafter height above plate is. It's that vertical height from the wall up. Right now we have a rafter height above plate of 4 inches. Let's go ahead and try to change that. We'll set that to 1 feet. And if you kind of see all of our roof now, if I'm able to zoom in here, let me show you. Oh, I'm upside down. Right. See that our rafter height above plate now is at 12 inches. Gonna go ahead and reset that to 4 inches, and you can see how that difference looks like. So let's go ahead and scroll back down, and you'll see now our rafter height above plate has been set back to 4 inches. That looks better. I double tap the screen again to get back to the top view. A fascia drop, we can do that too. So you can either enter a rafter height above plate or a fascia drop. And a fascia drop is the vertical height from the wall down to the fascia. So we can have a custom fascia drop for that. Rafter spacing. Self-explanatory, from one center to the other. Currently have 1 feet 4 inches or 16 inches. You can go ahead and try setting that to 2 feet, and you'll see the roof gets updated with a 2 feet Gonna go ahead and double tap the screen again. I'm gonna go back to 1 feet 4. That's what I need for this roof. 1 feet 4 inches, done. You'll see that looks like that. Next, we can update rafter thicknesses. And we can change the default rafter thicknesses, the hip rafter thicknesses, the valley rafter thickness and depth, ridge rafter thickness and depth, and fascia rafter thickness and depth. Let's edit the hip rafter thicknesses. I'm going to enter a value of 3 inches, and you'll see all of the hip rafters now have a 3-inch width or depth. We're going to do the same with the ridge rafters. We're going to change the thickness to 2 inches. Let's get it a bit thicker, and you'll see that looks like that. So we have 3 inches thickness for the hips, 2 inches for the ridge, and lastly we can do the same for the valleys. Say we want valleys to be 3 inches as well. Let's just do that, and it's going to look like that. You can customize these to meet your requirements. Next, let's look at how to customize individual roof sides. So once our default roof settings, we're happy with that. Let's go ahead and close out of it. We're going to select a roof side. So we've selected roof side 0 here, and you'll see this container opens up. Let's open that up. Roof settings for this roof side. We can customize the overhang for this side to, let's try a value of 2 feet. Oops, I'm gonna double click that, and you'll see we've edited this fascia overhang for this side to be at 2 feet. Let's look at adding a custom roof angle for this side. Let's go ahead and change the roof pitch to a 1612, and you'll see what that looks like. See, the app automatically updates that roof angle. Very cool. I'm going to double tap the screen again to get back to the top view. Let's convert this side to a gable. I've selected it. Let's open up this roof side, and you see here where it says convert to gable, select yes. You'll see the app automatically converts this roof side to a gable. What else can we do? We can edit the rafter spacing for individual roof sides. So let's look at that. Select this roof side here. I want a rafter spacing of 2 feet. You'll see we've edited the rafter spacing only for this roof side. Next, let's have a look. We're gonna change this roof side here. We can customize different rafter thicknesses and depths only for that roof side. You can also edit the first rafter center from the left or the first rafter center from the right. Let me see if I can show you what that means. So if I select this roof side here, and if we zoom in, you'll see from the left and the right we have different values. So I have 1'4" and 1'3". So if I open up my roof settings here, I can enter, see the first rafter center from the right is 1'3". We can go ahead and enter a value of 2 feet. If we go back to it, you'll see the value got updated to 2 feet. We can do the same with this side. If we want if I want these rafters to meet up here on this side here, you'll see I have 7 inches there from the left. I can select this roof side, and instead of a 1'4" from the right, let's enter inches, 7, hit done. And you'll see if I zoom in here, you'll see now all of our rafters are lining up all the way up this hip. Let's look at a more advanced feature. Let's look at adding different wall heights. Let me just reset the roof to get a fresh roof so everyone can follow along. So we hit reset roof, and you see the roof got reset to its default values. I'm going to select this roof side, and you'll see once I change the roof angle to, let's say, 912, so that got updated, and you'll see when we have a different roof angle from the default roof angles, you'll see we have these 2 new fields, which are adjust wall height to match the height above plate, or adjust fascia height to match the height above plate. So if you forgot, the height above plate is this right here, this height above plate. And if we look at our roof right now, if I go back into 3D mode, if I zoom in here, see, we currently have a rafter height above plate of about 2 inches there, looks like. And if I go on this side, we have a rafter height above plate of about 4 inches, and that's because we've edited the roof angle, and right now it's keeping the fascia heights at the same height right now. So if I go back, select this roof side, and we're going to say adjust wall height to match the height above plate. Select that to yes. And let's have a look at what that did. You'll see in the corner here, we now have 2 different wall heights. And the app changed the wall height to match the rafter height above plate. So now that we have both the same rafter height above plate on both sides. If you want to look at what your new wall height is, all you have to do is select it. You'll see we have a 7 foot 10 and 5/8, and that's our total wall height. Now if I select the one to the right, see we have a total wall height of 8 feet 1/2 inch. So just a few inches different. I'm gonna go ahead and double tap to reset back to the top. Select this roof side again. We're going to open up the roof side 0 settings. And then now it's we're going to set the adjust wall height to match height above plate to no. And now the app automatically adjusted the fascia height to match the wall height above plate to yes. So let's have a look at what that did. So if we zoom in here, you'll see that we now have 2 different fascia heights. So the app adjusted the fascia height to match, once again, the rafter height above plate. Hopefully that makes sense for everyone. Let's look at another example of that. Let's try to change this roof side's roof angle to 18. Let's try to be show a bit more of a difference in the wall height. And I'm going to select once again, adjust fascia height to match height above plate to yes. And let's have a look at what that did. And you'll see we have our 2 different fascia heights. So that's what that looks like. Next, we're going to look at inspecting full roof cut list.